You may have heard the slogan, "You will own nothing, and you will be happy." It sounds shocking, right? This comes from the World Economic Forum's vision for our future, which raises some serious questions. What does it mean to live in a world where ownership is obsolete? Where privacy is non-existent? What happens when everything you need is rented? Let's discuss the Great Reset and its implications for your future. The Great Reset first gained attention in 2020. Klaus Schwab, founder of the World Economic Forum, promoted a proposal to rebuild the global economy post-COVID-19. He described the pandemic as a unique chance for transformation. Schwab's agenda calls for restructuring capitalism, advancing digital governance, fighting climate change, and leveraging technology for societal reshaping. Sounds noble at first glance. But there's more beneath the surface. The WEF outlines its vision clearly: by 2030, you will own nothing. Instead of owning, everything becomes subscription-based. Need a car? Rent it. Need clothes? Borrow them. Food, housing, electronics, all delivered through cloud platforms or social credit systems. Imagine your refrigerator tracking your consumption. If you exceed your climate quota, it cuts you off. It feels dystopian and controlling, doesn't it? The Great Reset is supported by influential leaders. Think global figures like heads of state, central banks, big tech giants, and corporations such as BlackRock and Microsoft. The impact of these groups is staggering. Organizations linked to the WEF include the IMF, UN, Gates Foundation, and European Central Bank, networks that make significant decisions outside of public election processes. One major tool of this reset? Central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs. Worldwide, governments are developing state-backed digital money. This new currency has programmable, traceable, and controllable features. With CBDCs, authorities could freeze your funds instantly. Imagine your money expiring or being denied for unapproved purchases. This world means no cash, no privacy, and total control. Consider the social credit system implemented in China. Here, social credit determines who can fly, rent, or access services. Testing for similar models is happening elsewhere in the West. Think about vaccine passports and carbon footprint trackers. Smart cities monitor us constantly as we increasingly surrender our freedoms for perceived safety. Is this merely a conspiracy, or is it a coordinated action? Mainstream media frequently dismisses these topics. Yet WEF documents and public speeches openly support these changes. High-profile figures, like Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and UK's Prince Charles, have praised the reset. Why does questioning it sometimes lead to being called extreme? Why do platforms remove content challenging the reset? Centralizing power allows for easier control over dissent. What does this indicate about our future? The Great Reset promises sustainability and equality, but at a high price. Private property risks becoming obsolete. Physical cash? Potentially gone. Individual rights could become conditional, and your autonomy may pivot to algorithm-based governance. Living in a world where you own nothing means you control nothing. This reset isn't limited to just economic changes, it's psychological too. It aims to normalize dependency on systems. The narrative pushes the idea that privacy is outdated and freedom is a danger. It convinces us that centralized AI knows what's best for society. This perspective rewrites our understanding of authority, safety, and even truth. Many don't read the details or question motives behind these plans. History teaches us that attempts to create utopia through control often lead to collapse. Whether comparing to the Soviet Union or corporate technocracies, the trend is clear. A concentration of power leads to corruption. And the cost is always paid by the people. Maybe the Great Reset is just an untested theory. Or perhaps it's an elaborate rebranding of global control. The future hasn't been decided yet. But if you don't start asking critical questions now, you may find yourself unable to later. Join us at Dark Data Files. Subscribe now before your ability to think freely becomes a thing of the past.